Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm making Somali style spinach, sauteed spinach. If you have spinach like this, you'll never eat boiled or steamed spinach again. Horrible bland spinach. It's very simple and quick and delicious. I've got here 800 grams, 2 bags of 400 grams of spinach, frozen spinach. I put them in a bowl of tap water, normal tap water, for an hour to defrost, so they're soft now and ready. You don't need any water to be put in the meal because there's a lot of water in spinach. Okay, I also have 2 onions, red or white, whatever you can get. I'm gonna put in some salt. Half a teaspoon. You have to watch the salt in spinach because it tastes very salty for some reason, even if you don't put a lot of it in. I've got some fresh ground garlic, minced garlic. If you don't have garlic like this, you can use the fresh one. It's even better. So you need about 6 cloves of minced garlic, about a tablespoon, up to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. It needs a bit of oil, this dish. Quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric, not too much, otherwise it'll ruin the food. A pinch of black pepper powder. A tablespoon of coriander powder. And a teaspoon of cumin or jeera powder, whatever you know it as. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I have my onions roughly chopped up like this. I put it on high heat on the wok or frying pan, whatever you have. And next I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm gonna let this fry for 2-3 minutes, and then I'm gonna add in my garlic. Okay, so the onions have been frying for a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes. And next I'm adding in my tablespoon of garlic, minced garlic. If you don't have minced garlic ready, you can just mince it yourself, cut it very small with a knife. About 6 cloves of garlic. Or you can add more garlic if you wish. The more garlic the better. I like a lot of garlic in my food. And this tastes better the more garlic you add. If you don't like garlic too much, you can add a bit less. So here we have it, the 2 medium onions frying with the garlic. So you let that fry for a few minutes, 2-3 minutes. And then we're gonna add in the spices to fry as well, before adding in the spinach last. This whole thing will take you around 10 minutes altogether. It's a very quick meal. Okay, next to go in is a third or a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi powder. Make sure you don't add too much of this, otherwise it will ruin it. You only need a little bit, otherwise it will taste very strange. So just add a little bit of turmeric or haldi powder. Okay, next to go in is just a pinch, literally just a little pinch of black pepper powder. You need it to activate the turmeric. The health benefits in the turmeric are only activated after you add in the black pepper powder. Okay, next to go in is half a teaspoon of salt. Remember, don't add too much salt, because somehow if you add salt to spinach, it turns out very salty, so it only needs a little bit of salt. So I added only half a teaspoon, maybe even less than half a teaspoon. And then after it's cooked, you can check whether you need a bit more, but be very careful when it comes to salt and spinach. Okay, next to go in is a teaspoon of jeera or cumin powder, just a teaspoon. Small teaspoon of jeera or cumin powder. Again, you don't want too much, otherwise it will overwhelm all the flavors. The last spice I'm going to add is the coriander powder. I'm literally just going to add about a tablespoon. Again, you don't want to add too much, just a tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of coriander powder. You fry this all together for 2 minutes. You fry this together for 2 minutes before adding in the spinach. So I'm just going to fry this together for a couple of minutes before adding in the spinach. Okay, I've just added in the defrosted frozen spinach. And I've been cooking everything on high heat, and it's still on high heat. I told you the spinach has a lot of liquid naturally in it, so we're just going to cook out the liquid for about 3-4 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. So we're just going to mix it all together well and let it cook out all the liquid in the spinach. I told you how I defrosted the spinach while it was still in this plastic bag. I put it in a big bowl of water, tap water, to defrost it. So now I'm just going to let the water cook out and let all the water cook out on high heat for around 5 minutes, and I'll show you the end product. Spinach barely takes any time to cook, only a few minutes. So we just want the water to cook out a little bit and it'll be done and ready to eat with whatever you want. You can eat it with bread, rice, pasta, quinoa, pita bread, chapati, anything you want. You don't even have to eat it with bread. You could eat it with some chicken or meat or by itself. It's really up to you how you eat it, and it'll be delicious. So I'll show you when it's done and when it's ready. After a few minutes on the stove, on the heat. Spinach literally takes minutes to cook. So now it's boiling, it's ready. Some people like it a little bit watery like this. So now it's ready. It's a little bit watery though, but I like it a bit drier, so I'm going to cook out the water a bit more, and it will be done in 2-3 minutes. I'm just going to let the water cook out a little bit longer and it'll be done and ready. Just to give it a little bit more flavor, I'm adding in a quarter of a stock cube, just 1/4 of a stock cube, and I'm dissolving it in the water. You could have it with the water, but it doesn't taste that great with water. It's better to have it when the water has been, most of the water has been, or almost all of the water has been cooked out. So just be patient. Give it a few more minutes. When the water's cooked out, it'll be delicious and ready. I've literally just added a quarter of a stock cube because I'm just being careful with the salt. As I told you before, it can get very salty very quickly, and you can't tell halfway through cooking. You can only tell at the end whether it's salty or not. So watch out for the salt. If you want, you don't even have to put salt in. You can just put in half a stock cube, or a stock cube if you have those salty stock cubes. I put a chicken stock cube in here. And I'm just letting the water cook out, and it'll be ready very soon. It's already been cooking for 3-4 minutes. I'm going to give it another 2 minutes. When all the water is cooked out, it'll be ready to eat. Okay, the spinach is ready more or less. All the liquid has been cooked out. Make sure you cook out the liquid. You don't really want a watery spinach. You can have it, but it won't taste great, trust me. Spinach tastes much better when all the liquid has been cooked out like this. It tastes a lot better. You try it like this. Just be a little bit patient. Just let all the liquid cook out like this. All together maybe 12-13 minutes. Just let all the liquid cook out. I mean all together from the beginning, including frying the onions and everything. This meal doesn't take long. Maximum you'll be in the kitchen for like 15 minutes from beginning to end. Very healthy meal. Delicious. Trust me, if you have spinach like this, you'll never want it any other way. It's delicious, it's healthy, it's filling. Spinach has so many vitamins and minerals in it. Onions are good for you, garlic is good for you, spices are good for you. Everything in this meal is good for you, even the olive oil, as long as you don't put too much. Although the authentic recipe, it added a lot more oil than I did. I probably added about 1.5 tablespoon. You can easily add double that for the authentic taste, but we're trying to be healthy here, not cook with too much oil. Yes, so this is done, this is ready, and it's delicious. So I'm going to take it off the hob and eat it. You can eat it with bread. I've got wholemeal flatbread here. You can eat it with all kinds of different things, as I mentioned before: quinoa, rice, bread, chicken, meat, whatever you want, you can have with it. And this is ready. I'm going to turn it off. Thank you for watching. Please like all my videos and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.